Both both made a decision to have the child, but only one decides whether or not the child is born. That's not fair. How you gonna tell me that you can take my money and I have no say in it? If that woman decides to have that baby, you're in trouble. You gotta pay. Now, how fair is that? It's just like that reminds me of the Boston Tea Party. If you know your history, you know the colonies before they became the United States of America, the 13 colonies. You know they still belonged to England at the time, and they were taxing them, but they had no voice in the legislative branches of the country of England. It was taxation without representation. The 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 British House of Commons or whatever, the British legislature or whatever, the England, they were taxing the colonists, but they had no elected officials in Parliament or whatever to to represent them. So they pretty much said, we're gonna take your money, but you have no say. That's the same thing with this abortion child support thing. You take a man's money, but he don't have any say. Yeah, I know women pay child support too, but we're not talking about the women are the ones who have the child. That's irrelevant. We're talking about men now. And you and I both know that most instances where a child is born, the child is with the mother. Most instances. I would venture to say the vast majority of the times the child is with the mother. Anyway, how you gonna take my money and tell me I have no say so? If you're not gonna take the and let me say this. We say, I hear women a lot of times say, and their male sympathizers say, well, that's her body. Well, it's my wallet. It's my pocket. It's my money. So what that got to do with it? Who cares if it's her body? She chose to share it with me. She chose to share it with someone else. So when she shared her body, she should have to share the decision of whether or not that child is born. It may be her body, but that's not just her child. Yeah, huh? So if you're not gonna make a woman stick to it and say, hey, you got pregnant, hey, tough. You just got to deal with it. You shouldn't make a man say, hey, she got pregnant, she had it tough. That's not fair. It's wrong. It's unethical. It's immoral. It's inhumane, and every other word I can't think of right now. It's just not right, y'all. America, that's not right. Child support laws in every state should be done away with. Totally done away with. A man should not have to face jail time because he's not paying for a child. Because if a woman has an abortion, she don't have to face jail time, and that's a child that she don't have to pay for. So why should a man have to pay for it? If she makes the decision alone to have it, she should be able to make the decision alone to take care of it. If it's all on her on whether or not she should have it, it should be all on her whether or not it's going to be taken care of. A man shouldn't have to deal with that. I shouldn't have to be scared thinking that the police come to get me because I didn't pay for a child. It's not right. And people say, well, if you pay for the child, then you don't have to worry about that. Well, if I'm able to sign my rights away and I'm not legally obligated, then I wouldn't have to worry about it either. What about that? And again, I'm not advocating that a man should not take care of his child. It's not what I'm advocating. I'm advocating that the law is unfair. It's unfair to men. Again, I know women pay child support too. I understand that. But the woman is the one who has the child. The woman is the one, and the vast majority of the times, the women are the ones who who are the primary custodian of the child. I'm advocating child support laws be abolished for everybody, not just men, women too. It should be abolished. Because again, if a woman makes a decision, she should be making the decision for her and her alone. It shouldn't affect me. Shouldn't affect me. If she decides to have an abortion without my consent, oh well. Same thing. If she decides to have a child and I don't consent to pay for it, she should have to suck it up. Just like if I was to find out a woman had an abortion and I really wanted the child, there's nothing I can do. I just got to suck it up. Same thing. If a woman has a child and a man decides he don't want to take care, want nothing to do with it, she just got to suck it up. Oh well. I mean, with these abortion laws, that's pretty much what you're telling men. Oh well, you just got to suck it up. So why can't women? Why, I mean, you can't make that fair to me. You can't make me understand that. You tell me you're going to take my money, and if I don't pay, I'm going to jail. And this thing was done without my consent. With or without my consent, this woman can have an abortion. And with or without my consent, you guys can take my money if she decides to have it. Not fair. You can't make me understand that. You're not going to make me accept that. You're not going to make me agree with that. It's wrong. It's dead wrong. That's inhumane. It should be unconstitutional. Again, I feel like, hey, they should put a law on the books that a man has the right to sign all rights, all responsibility away legally to that child. That way, he doesn't have to pay a dime. Because if that woman aborts that child, she doesn't have to pay a dime. She doesn't have to. A woman, listen, abortion, again, it absolves the woman of all responsibility that comes with having that child. So, hey, give me the same right. Let me be absolved of all responsibility concerning that child. Whether it's here or not, whether the child is born or not is immaterial. The child started somewhere. If that woman decided to abort it or decided to have it, she should be able to take care of it or whatever by herself if she's going to make that decision. If the law is going to give her the right to make the decision by herself, then the law ought to force her to take care of it by herself. Hey, she takes care of getting the abortion by herself. Why can't she take care of taking care of it once it comes here by herself? Answer that question. It's not fair, and it needs to be done away with. And again, if you don't like it, oh well. You can comment. I'll entertain all of your comments. Anything you say, I will respond to it. But know this, child support laws as they are, they're not working. They're no good. They're foul. They are unduly burdensome to men. And they should be eradicated. They should be done away with. Well, thank you. Have a good day. And I look forward to your comment. Holla at me. Talk to me. I want you to talk to me. I want you to comment. Let's get dialogue open. That's how you solve these things, through dialogue. Thank you.